The mining industry in India is something we have always seen as a dying industry, or where we see it's a high carbon footprint nature of work, and something we are moving away from when we talk about the coal mining and such other. But it is to be realized that this sector is something which needs to be leveraged, and currently we understand the ESG goals and the net zero and decarbonization targets, all of those. But mining sector is something needs to be leveraged. The kind of mineral rich nation we are, we shall explore and leverage whatever we have in terms of minerals. Talking about the coal mineral, what we have, uh, the coal production is something major reforms have happened in order to come up with more production, and India is definitely committed for net zero by 2070. But it is something, so we are in that mid patch where we can leverage this fossil fuel for energy production and others, even though it's a high carbon footprint process what we have. But that can be taken, and measures have been taken to reduce the policy instability and provide more market incentives to perform mining and do the marketing and everything, even when the captive purchase is happening. So all those regulations are somewhere in place. We have seen developments. Even beyond the coal, the other metallic and non-metallic minerals, what we have iron ore, bauxite, chromite, all of those very rich in, and companies are coming in India and doing the winning the auctions and doing the production. So more and more political stability and uniformity in terms of the process, the rules, and the transparency is something which is key in order to boost such mining of metallic and non-metallic minerals, and leverage, because with the advancing technology and even the EV sector and the renewable sources of energy, the technology requires these minerals, including the rare earth minerals, and it is important that we do these minings, innovate, put money in the R&D, and take out these mines, these minerals, in order to boost our production, our industries, even beyond the energy industry, in the technology domain and others. And that way we can lead. And that is what many other countries, big economies, have done. And that is something which will lead us to higher contribution of the mineral industry, which is near about 2 to 3% of GDP contribution uh, recently, in the recent past, and that has to be increased and taken up to double digit in order to get the right pace for the growth of Indian manufacturing base and energy security and all of those, and where we are trying to reach. So the challenges what we face are clear: the ESG goals, the investment issues in these carbon high footprint processes, but those all needs to be alternatives are to be found, and methods are to be found in order to take this forward of mineral production. We have been stagnating around 17 to 18 billion dollar of mineral production over the past 5 years yearly, if we see, and that number has to be increased. More and more production is required to boost the kind of growth what we are looking for. So this is a feeder for most of the industries, what we know, and proper support in terms of government regulations and market level field and private players more and more coming, more investments coming, and all the regulations, the environmental clearance to be put in place even before auctioning, all the statutory compliances be in place. So all of those being arranged with a political will and stability needs to be taken forward. That is the way when India can leverage this mining industry. Thank you.